Hey everyone, welcome to Jojo's World.
We're back, baby.
We're back and we're bigger than ever.
We're deep in the trenches and we are the Grand Canyon.
The time, World War II. Place, that Death Stranding dream dimension. We're
Hitler
here.
rises to
We're
power.
fighting skeletons. Our good friend Hannibal is there. And I'm Liam S. Smith, one of your co-hosts.
And I'm Nick Ballantyne, the other one of the
We
co-hosts.
definitely remember how to podcast professionally and entertainingly. This is, of course, Jojo's World, our Jojo's Bizarre Adventure recap and discussion podcast, where today we are commencing our recap and discussion of Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 6, Stone Ocean.
Yes.
Available exclusively for a little while on Netflix.com.
Oh, it's good.
Then airing in Japan, I think starting in January, and then once they catch up, Netflix will release another 12-episode batch or whatever, and then so on and so forth until we exhaust our episodes and enter yet another dark time.
Oh, God, it feels good. It feels
Nick.
real good.
I think it's worth taking a sec to just welcome back everyone, especially those who may have dipped out during our off-season expeditions. Welcome.
Hello.
I'm Liam.
And I'm still Nick.
For those of you who didn't listen to us during the off-season, we
Went insane.
we delved into a fun little variety of shows, all of which I think involved child abuse in some format.
Wait a minute. Premiere was a movie that...
Okay, I'm counting the
Well-
shows, and there were some kids genocided in Premiere.
That's true. That is very true. And I guess it was also kind of traumatic given he didn't really have a father figure.
Yeah,
It's fine. It's fine. It's all good. Well, it's not, but it's fine.
We smashed through Netflix Castlevania, the King of Fighters animated show, Bakano, the most ambitious dub Funimation ever did, which you can't watch anywhere.
Literally,
Unless you
it's
do the same
impossible.
arcane rituals we did. And that was followed, I think, by Revolutionary Girly Tenor, wasn't it?
All good shows.
Yeah.
All good animu.
Nick, before we dive right on into JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 6, Stone Ocean, I've got a bit of listener correspondence.
Okay.
This is from past writer, long-time listener, second-time writer, Overly Oval,
Oh my god, okay.
who has updates on our predictions for the off-season.
Okay, go on then.
Okay, so this is picking up from when you were making predictions towards the end of part 3, by the sounds of it.
Part 3?
Yeah.
Oh god, okay. That must have been, what, 12 years ago? Something like that?
100 years ago. The year was 1888. And a young Jonathan Joestar,
Jonathan Joestar.
Mr. Joestar.
Oh god, yes.
So by their own admission, this is fairly stream of consciousness, so sometimes the grammar's a bit off, but we'll just smash through a few of
I'm
these.
sorry, didn't he say he was a writer?
No,
Oh.
I said that they'd written into the show before.
Oh, okay. I was just like, oh, but isn't he? He would be able to know basic grammar. No, none of our fans would know basic grammar. Boom. Flaming our fans yet again. It feels like old times.
It
you know?
does.
Yeah.
As a podcaster, particularly as an Australian podcaster, you've got to get in there right off the bat and establish a strong adversarial relationship with your listeners.
And you know who I have an adversarial relationship with? Our patrons. Who this week, I think the patron of choice is the one that I'm going to shout out right now. The one who's been with us since the very start. Well, not like the start, but like of this ep at the very least. Of, I think it's pronounced
Good start.
Sayington.
Say Saington.
With 2 C's.
Say Saington. You can't say no.
Kayington?
Anywho.
Anyway.
Thanks.
Thank you, and thank you for accepting my adversarial tone.
Thank you to you and all of the other psychos and worms who supported us when we were producing literally no content for 3 months.
Thank you for sticking with us and paying us to be fucking morons.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
I would just say again, you know you don't have to pay the money.
Episode 26, Nick said that Jojo in part 3 would be comedically humorless and it would take place in Japan and there'd be more locations from real life. Episode 38, Liam predicted that before they started watching part 4, the part 5 anime will start.
Ooh.
Episode 47, Nick said once they reach Egypt, part 3 will be less travel-based and more them trying to find where Dio is hiding.
Hey, look, I'm not saying I have perfect prescience, but so far so good.
At 48, Nick said that the High Priestess would attack the submarine and she would be under the sea.
Did that happen?
Yep. At 50, Nick said Dio's stand was the world and that the naming theme for stands in the second season of part 3 would be Egyptian gods. Episode 51, Nick said that Kakyoin would be temporarily blind. Episode 62, Nick said that King Crimson would be a future antagonist.
Yes.
Real longbow shot there.
It's a real kind of like, okay, now look, I know two things about our boy. Not Kikuchi, what's his name? Fucking Araki. That's his name.
Oh my god, it has been a long time.
Jeez, I know two things about Araki. He likes prog rock, and he's old.
Ep 65, Nick said that Darby had a brother.
Did I?
Episode 69, nice. Nick said that Dio's stand would be like Star Platinum.
Nice.
Episode 70, Nick said that Dio's stand stops time for 5 seconds and Dio would be killed by being punched really hard. And that Dio's world would be 3 parts.
Just to think, one of my predictions was, oh yeah, it'll stop for 5 seconds. Did I also mention a countdown?
I can't remember.
Like, he would literally count down the seconds or some bullshit like that? Which I think happened, which is awesome, I think.
That was that era where you were getting real close.
We were all very scared for my mental well-being.
No man can survive being that in tune with Hirohiko Araki's consciousness.
Exactly.
Episode 71, he said the pincer attack will fail. Kakyoin's plan will also fail with him learning Dio's ability but not being able to stop Dio.
Of course.
Episode 72, Nick said that Jotaro will move in stopped time. Episode 111, guessed that Okuyasu will come back to life. Episode 112 said that Kobayashi would try to scam someone in the next and final episode of Diamond is Unbreakable.
Did he?
I don't remember who that is.
He's the guy with the lock.
Tamami, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure where this is chronologically, but in Nick's Picks 15, he guessed that Part 5's song for the ED was released in the 2000s.
Ooh.
Episode 131, Nick said there'll be no main characters would die until they meet the boss. Episode 135, Nick said that King Crimson's second face had its own power. Remember King Crimson's second face?
I forgot about the second face. All I remember was his first big face. And then I was like, what else was
Nick, that was of course the genesis of our famous one-face riffs.
Was it? Was that the
I
genesis?
think so.
I thought it was much before that.
Nick said that Polnareff had fought Diavolo before, and Diavolo thought he killed him. In episode 149, Nick said that you two would make great fan fiction, which we did in the patreon.com/Jojo's World Jojo Rimo episode a year ago.
Which, technically, yes, that was great content.
Now there's more, but as we've just done a chunk of Jojo, I figure we can split these up over the next few episodes, maybe make it a bit of an end of episode treat.
Okay.
Work through the different off-season shows.
Yeah.
So we'll get back to that. Nick.
Yes.
The year is
2011.
You would think so, Nick, but that's not what I'm saying.
What? It's 2021?
Well, yes, it is 2021 when the anime of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 6 Stone Ocean airs. However, the manga release of this particular television program
Yes.
premiered May 1st, 2000.
What? 2000?
May 1st, 2000.
So we're 11 years in the future
Yeah.
from... What?
Which is why, Nick, when the lawyer pulls out a phone in this episode,
Yeah.
it looks super old.
Well, I mean...
Real pre-Breaking Bad style, pre-Invincible Motorola, little antenna coming out of the top.
Yeah, just big chunky brick boy.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Nick. I'm mistaken. The in-store date of this first chapter was December 7th, 1999.
Ooh.
We are recording this, of course, on December 11th, so that was almost...
That was almost well timed.
Yeah, we almost did a thing there.
Oh, sorry. No, hang on. Wait. Well, I'm just checking the calendar now. It's December 7th on the calendar.
They'll never know. Cut. And it takes place in 2011. November 2011 to start with.
Weird that it's like 11 years in the future when it's a story that does not need to be told 11 years in the future.
Doesn't it?
I don't know
Well,
yet.
Nick, you remember when JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 started, Diamond is Unbreakable. That was being released in the early 90s, but took place in the summer of 1999.
True.
That magical summer where anything seemed possible, even the Millennium Bug, Y2K.
True, it did seem possible. We were all very scared.
Well, I wasn't. I was a child. I had no real conception of the potential consequences.
Yeah, I
of
was
such a
hoping
thing.
it pulled through.
Look, we're all rooting for the Millennium Bug, the only thing that can save us from capitalism.
All the banks shut down.
The
and
millennial
we all go to
bug.
zero. The millennial bug?
Yep.
Yikes.
Okay, episode Juan.
It's 2011.
Nick, shut up.
Yeah?
I want to share with you some words of wisdom
No!
from our friend,
Oh my god!
the creator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 6, Stone Ocean, in addition to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 1, Phantom Blood, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 2, Battle Tendency, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 3, Stardust Crusaders, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 4, Diamond is Unbreakable, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5, Vento Oreo, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 7, Steel Ball Run, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 8, Jojo Leon, and the upcoming JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 9, Jojo Lands, title TBC, as well as various spin-offs such as Thus Spoke Kashibe Rohan, that upcoming thing starring Josuke and Whole Horse,
Oh my god.
and so on.
Square bracket.
Hirohiko Araki.
Square bracket. Girlish screams intensify. Close square bracket.
The protagonist of JoJo Part 6 is a woman. Why a woman? And it's in those little dramatic square brackets.
The only square brackets that are in Japanese anime or
Yeah.
like... Yeah.
It's the same sort of brackets that people write their stand names in.
Why do they exist
I don't know.
independently of... Okay.
Why a woman? That's where it gets tricky.
Look, it was 2000, okay? It was a
It's a
weird
different time.
It was weird.
She's a JoJo protagonist, so she's got to be tough enough to not get disheartened, even if she gets her face punched in.
Fair.
Sorry, I misread that. Even if she gets punched in the face.
Oh,
But
okay.
I prefer my
Your
interpretation.
hot take.
But sometimes she might be crawling around a ditch, or she might have her legs spread open and fall from the top of a building. Having it be a woman is a bit of a tricky setup. But thinking about that gap, it actually seemed interesting. And it could be a person with great humanity, like the Virgin Mary.
I think given the very first scene in the anime, we can confirm probably not the Virgin Mary.
I felt I just had to make the protagonist a woman.
Okay, didn't really answer the question, but okay. All right, fair enough.
Nick, shut up.
What?
Additional author's note. I'm using this page to offer my thanks to the people who helped me with the realization of this volume.
Oh,
Mr. Takashi Mizutani, attorney, who graciously offered his time to teach me the differences between Japanese and American laws. Jeff Friend and Yoko Friend, his wife, Japanese translators who lived in New York and Miami, Florida, Lieutenant Alejandro, director of the Turner Guilford Night Correctional Center.
oh my god.
Of course, if you find a single wrong fact in this volume, these people shouldn't be blamed. I assume the entire responsibility of the content of this volume is the author.
I mean, to be fair, stands probably don't exist, so, you know. Yeah.
He's got us there. So, Nick,
Yes.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 6, Stone Ocean. JoJo's a woman now?
What? So, we open a Netflix anime series.
Oh, what's the title of this episode?
I have no fucking clue. I assume it's part 1, Stone Ocean.
Yes, Stone Ocean.
Is it actually just Stone Ocean?
Yep,
No. Hang on.
it is. Stone Ocean, Episode 1, Stone Ocean.
God damn it. We enter.
JoJo's a woman. Sexism is over now. We open on a scene of Jolene. No, there's a bit of a cold open of the car crash. But the first scene of real consequence we have is opening on Jojo in a holding cell being embarrassed at being caught masturbating by a prison guard.
But we also got to remember that the first scene is her being like, it was raining.
Yeah,
It's always
5:35
raining.
p.m.
Yeah.
Standing on the right at the side of the road. A dead man on the side of the road. bleeding. Looks a bit like Doppio.
He's on the side of the road, dead.
It's October 28, 2011.
Ooh.
She's got a tattoo. It's kind of skimmed over in this episode of the anime, but that's meant to be like a gang tattoo.
Oh. She's in bad with it.
Yeah, she had a juvenile delinquent phase.
I see.
Much like her very own father, Jotaro Kujo.
Who, we will find out soon, is both a marine biologist and a questionably okay dad. But, I mean, she's still alive, so we'll see.
So, we're in the prison cell, and Jolene is making a racket that's annoying all the other prisoners because she's repeatedly smashing her face against her bed frame.
And she's like, no,
I can't live any longer.
Why? No.
So this is something that's different in the manga as well. In the manga, they talk about how this one male prison guard looks like Tom Cruise.
Okay.
So that's why he looked like that.
Okay, sure.
The one who looks like Tom Cruise saw me masturbating. I'll never masturbate again. And the woman we come to know as Hermes Costello is in the adjacent cell being like, ha 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 ha, I don't believe that you'll never do it again.
We're in prison.
And then this other, like, vaguely antagonistic character that we never see again is like, you're gross. And she's like, oh yeah, well I bet you've done it too. And, oh yeah, well I bet I could last longer than you. It's like, we're just doing that episode of Seinfeld now.
Yeah. They all go into complete silence and then walk away from each other and just stay in their cells for multiple days. One of them throws over a bag of ramen and is like, you're out. Yep, I'm out.
There's also these two weird-looking twins.
Do we ever see them again?
No. Not that I remember, at least.
They look like, what are they?
So full disclosure, I have in the past read Stone Ocean, of course. I have also watched all of the currently released anime episodes, but beyond that, my memories of it is a bit fuzzy.
And through all of that, you cannot explain the existence of these two twins.
No, and twins, don't trust them.
And their gag anime caricatures.
Nor this one scene antagonist with like a shock of red hair and a heap of facial piercings.
Well, I was like, oh yeah, they're gonna come back. With that design, they're gonna come back.
I don't think they do.
Oh my god, how though? Like, look at them.
I shouldn't give details away. That's the game we play.
That's true. That's the game we play between you and I.
Anyway, we don't need to dwell on this scene for too long.
Okay.
You get it.
So basically, she's embarrassed that she got caught masturbating in her cell
because she was like, the way the moonlight was coming through the jail bars was just really hot, so I had to masturbate.
It was turning me on.
We've all gotten turned on by the moon before. You don't need to be embarrassed about it.
Oh, fuck yeah. I love space. I love space.
And then she does like this Japanese fortune-telling thing where to the antagonist woman, like, I bet you're in for sexual assault, aren't you? The colour of your ring finger on your right hand reveals all. And they're like, everyone's shocked. And then just like, Jolene suddenly the picture of dignity emanating ominous katakana. I said to you when we were watching, like, she started on the real back foot in that conversation, but a real power move to end it with her dignity.
Just literally like, I'm so embarrassed at masturbating. Oh, I bet you couldn't last that long. Oh, couldn't I? Boom. Slamming.
I'm in control of this conversation. Zoom in on her birthmark. Oh,
she's a Joe
star.
Oh, do we have to say the full name?
Kujo.
Oh, she's a Joe-ster.
So the guards come by, including Tom Cruise. And Hermes is like, you're Japanese-American, right? I wonder who her dad is. And then, what are you in for? Me, I did a liquor store robbery. I'm innocent, Jolene says, and then cuffs on her hands in a potent symbol. And she's got beautiful green nail polish done.
Aw, she's really about that green. You know what my favourite colour is? Green.
Is it?
It is actually.
It's a good colour.
Yeah. So maybe part 6 is going to be a good part.
We get we don't get the OP or the ED this episode because there's a lot to pack in, but we get a sort of like scene transition title card, which like, it has the VHS like image flickering sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Just kind of that with like the full moon and then just the logo.
To remind us of masturbation.
Yeah, sure. That's what that is.
From henceforth, when you look at the moon, think,
the moon,
masturbate.
The moon in part 6 is a potent symbol of self-love.
The dignity that it has in the night sky should remind you of the beauty between your legs.
Jolene's in with her lawyer.
Uh-huh.
He explains that in the past, she was arrested for robbery twice, so she won't be granted parole.
Also, he looks like a fucking goblin.
I think he looks like an elf.
What?
He got big old elf ears.
Yeah, he's got elf ears, but goblins
He's
also
got
have elf ears.
Question marks on his tie, indicating his ambiguous nature.
Lawyers.
They're
Questionable.
pink question marks, the opposite of the usual green associated with the Riddler.
Ah, so he is the anti-Riddler.
Yeah.
He is the riddle.
answerer of riddles.
He is the guy who will provide the riddle answer, and that answer is unknown.
I listened to a bit of the dub of the first episode just to see what it was like. Shout out to Jojo superfan and accidental one-time tagger of us on Twitter, Kira Buckland, for landing the role of Jolene.
Oh, are you talking about boss bitch, half Japanese, half Egyptian, fucking baller?
No, that's Ifarus.
Okay, I take it all back.
I'm talking about
Whoever
the
you
English voice of Jolene.
Ah, Kira Buckland. Yeah. Is she the voice of 2B?
Yeah.
Oh, Kira Buckland.
You know.
Oh, I know. She's going to come on this podcast one day. You have to understand, all right? I'm saying it right now. She's going to come on this podcast. We're going to grill her about her experience.
So what was it like doing the masturbation scene?
And if she says anything other than, oh, I love that scene,
love the
I'll be
moon.
like, you need to get your act together, all right? We're talking about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. You can't say a bad thing about it, okay?
Yeah, certainly we've never said a bad thing about it.
No, I've only done predictions.
Flashback to the Strength episode, flashback to the Alessi episodes.
Nothing could ever be bad about this show.
Yeah, anyway, the point is, I checked out the first episode of the dub a bit, and the lawyer has such a bored voice. Like, it really suits just...
A lawyer?
Well, his nature in the episode, particularly.
Okay. He's just very like, now, Miss Jolene, look, I get it.
Miss
all right."
Jolene, soon you will be transferred to Green Dolphin Street Prison.
And it's just like, oh, I don't want to be here. You're wasting my time and my money. Like the pig
He
dog
calls her
is.
Jojo, and we get our classic, the character's name is Jojo thing, where she's like, my mum used to call me Jojo, only she can call me that. I wonder if her dad was ever like, people used to call me Jojo too. It's kind of weird that you're calling our daughter that.
Oh, Jojo. Both of them peer out from the wall.
Fierce gazes on their faces.
What?
Dinner's ready?
Both of them are like, yes.
Do we ever talk about... of course, talked a bit about JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
Yes, we
Eyes of
have, yep.
Heaven,
Oh.
the PlayStation 4 fighting game before.
Oh, yes. Many a time have we referenced this game.
Because of the way the timelines add up, they added some scenes to that, I believe, in Mario, Part 4 era, where there's little girl Jolene who appears for a couple of scenes.
Oh,
Which is quite fun.
That's nice.
Yeah.
What's she like as a small
Oh,
child?
just a small, classic small child.
No, I don't like that.
But it's just a nice sort of thing they did, given they now had future knowledge that she was a small child at that time.
Yeah. Interesting. Huh.
Is it?
It's fine.
She's like, what criminal record? I just borrowed a bike without asking. I was 14. I'm paying you. You gotta get me out of here.
And he's like,
Yes.
that is true. I am being paid an amount of money.
And where's my mum?
Wait, is that Jolene asking?
She brought you a few things, but she's quite worn out. Anyway, here's some clothes and a mysterious pendant.
Even in part 6, where the protagonist is related to Holly, would you believe Holly's a bit worn out in this part? She's probably never going to show up.
So what you're theorizing here,
Yeah.
Nick, is that protagonist of part 3 of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Jotaro Kujo,
Yep.
married his own mum.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. No, yeah, it's been a while. Look, it's been a little while.
He's not Kakuin.
Oh,
What if when they open the locker and we see the picture of Jolene's parents, it's Jotaro and
just
Kakuin, and they're holding the egg she hatched out of.
she's just there going, my loving dads. Well, like, I mean, there's nothing wrong with this, but it is a bit odd.
And this locket that they've brought her, it's like such a fucking stand arrow ass
Yes.
design on it.
Yes,
like a golden scarab beetle sort of thing.
I thought the stabby bit on that, like on the locket, because on the top of it, it's got like a weird kind of
Like how that bug was on top of the arrow in the last part.
yeah, it's got like a beetle horn.
Yeah.
And it's really fucking sharp. And I was like, oh, that's gonna stab her,
Yeah.
and then she's gonna have a stand.
Similar shape to the ladybug buttons on Giorno's outfit too.
The ladybug butt. Yes, yes, very.
Much smaller, obviously.
Yeah.
Not that much smaller, actually.
And Jolene is
What's
just like,
this?
"What is
Ow,
this?"
I hurt my finger. And then
Fucking
like,
dumb
the blood
thing.
is like flowing through the air everywhere, but then she looks back and it's gone.
Yeah, her finger literally explodes
Yeah.
open, and everyone's like, "Are you okay?"
And the guard's like, be quiet.
Yeah. I say everyone's like, "Are you okay?"
Get ready
The lawyer.
Get ready for a lot of guards saying be quiet in this part.
A whole lot of, "Oh yeah, we're in a prison."
So it opens on up, and we can see that there's unmistakably a shard of arrow in there.
It's not even subtle. We're like, "Oh, okay, there's going to be stands."
And what did you hear about my dad? Oh, your mum's attempting to contact him. His daughter's in a crisis after all. She moves the arrow, and we unmistakably see a picture of Jotaro Kujo in his Part 4 style hat
Looking extremely unhappy to be existing, as
with
usual.
an extremely vaguely
Normal?
defined normal human woman.
With blonde hair that sort of tucks up at the back. 3 straps for her skirt.
Dress.
Or dress, either way. And Jotaro's just like,
Neither of them are smiling. They
Made
both-
for each
what
other.
What a happy marriage.
it's just like, I'm a marine
I
biologist.
guess we don't know they're married. 2011, people can...
Hey, it's a Japanese anime and they've had a daughter. They're married, okay? It's not,
And this is just the absolute exposition of this line. As you know, your father is a marine biologist.
This is the lawyer talking
Yeah.
to her. And it's like, yes, your father,
It's
who is
like
a marine biologist.
when someone starts their impression with, hey, it's me, Jotaro Kujo.
This is the peak of writing around what you're trying to
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
Like, when people are like, oh, Phil, but they're trying to not say Phil, so they say, oh, the guy with the weird hat, because everyone's seen him with a weird hat, and it's like, you piece it together, but you could have just said, oh yeah, Phil, The classic writer's tactic,
I almost think it's the opposite of that. But
Okay, yeah, it's a bad tactic, but
Anyway, so she's like, I hate my dad. Throw this charm into the gutter perfectly. Kobe.
I don't need this fucking dumb thing that stabbed me. Fuck you, dumb thing that stabbed me.
But then she looks and she's got a little hole in her finger. More on that later.
More on that through the entirety of part 6.
There's a scene transition now. Let's take a quick sec. We haven't talked about Jolene's outfit and appearance yet. I'm going to paint a word picture for my friend Bradley, who listens to the show but doesn't watch the...
Let's start from the top of Jolene, which is the top of her head.
Okay, she's got, like, hair buns.
They are extremely wound with, hair tape.
Okay, great.
There's no hair there. It's just, tape.
And she's got a blonde fringe and other blonde highlights, but her base hair is green. She's got green lipstick, dark green eyeshadow, or possibly black.
The hair is extremely dark green.
And she's got a very strong Jojo-esque face, as you could only expect.
With no smiling, hard features.
And then her outfit is what I would almost call like a sexy Spider-Man outfit. Like sexy Halloween costumes?
Yeah, okay, yeah.
So it's like a strapless top.
It's got...
strapless, shoulderless top.
No, it conforms down into the dress, I would say. Yeah, where it's like, the top part is like... it's like a gown at a ball that you wear.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's strapless.
Oh, okay. It's got a lot of holes in it.
It's like sort of a web or string pattern. More on that later.
It's not got fugo holes. It's got, big holes. Sensible sized holes for clothing.
Sure, yeah. Like it's backless.
Exactly. It's backless. It's sideless as well. It's got those massive holes.
And right on the front, it's got a similar but not quite the same, I think, as her tattoo. It's got a sort of butterfly with a dagger icon.
And it's in the shape of, wait for it, a heart. Yeah.
Possibly a visual reference to our best friend, Josuke Higashikata.
Who loves hearts. Who is related, I guess, vaguely to this?
Yes,
girl?
so he'd be her great uncle, I think.
Hang on, wait. Joseph?
Technically Jotaro's uncle.
Joseph fathers Josuke. Joseph fathers Jotaro.
Holly.
God damn it! Jotaro, next in line. Then next in line is... Oh my god. So...
Great Uncle Josuke.
Yeah, great uncle. Oh my god.
What ramifications will this have for the upcoming prequel manga starring Josuke and Whole Horse?
Everything.
Actually, I learnt the name of that recently. I want to just double check what that was because it was crazy.
Okay. I'll use this time to quench my thirst with Solo. Low on fizz so you can slam it down fast.
We've said that so many times on this podcast.
We're back in winning form.
Crazy Diamond's Demonic Heartbreak.
Jesus Christ. Am I allowed to see any art for it, given it's a prequel?
Let me just check, because there's also this thread also talks a bit about a part 6 character. Let me just check. There's nothing that'll give... No, so it's Josuke.
He's got his big boy behind
Big,
him.
angry, crazy diamond.
Yep.
And whole horse.
Who's just there having a great time.
I don't know if this was speculation or something that they've released about it, but I read that it was likely to be a prequel, like take place prior to JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 4 Diamond is Unbreakable, in the period before Crazy Diamond is given a name, but Josuke still had the stand.
How is this going to work with Whole Horse? Like, how does he come into this?
I don't know.
What? Okay, alright, sure. Weird. So weird.
So, she's like, lawyer, when is your next visit? In 2 days at the visitation room of Green Dolphin Street Prison's holding cell.
Green Dolphin Street?
Let's see if that's anything.
It's like, what is a green dolphin?
Green Dolphin Street, a film released in 5th of November 1947.
Oh.
A man mistakenly proposes to the wrong sister and she travels to New Zealand to be with him.
What? Is this like a New Zealand film or...
I don't know.
What?
There's also a novel, which I assume the film is based on, and on Green Dolphin Street is a
sequel?
1947 popular song composed by Bronislaw Kaper with lyrics by Ned Washington, composed for the film.
Right. Interesting.
Became a jazz standard after it was recorded by Miles Davis in 1958.
Ooh.
There you go.
There you go.
We're back on the game. Looking things up and...
killing it with voices.
So it's Hermes and Jolene getting transferred to prison. I think there's someone else in there, but she literally
doesn't
doesn't say or do anything.
Oh, the other thing about Jolene, wearing high boots.
Good to say.
Yeah,
yes.
Come up to her knees. They're armored.
Oh, and on her, like, I don't know if it's a dress or skirt part of her main outfit or if it's a separate garment, but she's got these like pant things with like metal studs in them.
Yeah, the boots. They're armored. They're armored boots, right?
Good for stomping on
the dead.
The necks of fascists.
Jolene, classically anti-Antifa. Wait, hang on.
Yeah, I wasn't going to query that. I was going to let that slide.
Yeah, okay, all right. So Hermes is like, hey, you know what you need to do before you get in there, right? You need to get some Washingtons.
Benjamins.
Sorry, Benjamins. You know what a Benjamin is?
This actually happens after something, but we'll circle back to the other thing.
Okay.
Keep going.
So she's like, you got to get some Benjamins, otherwise you're fucked. you're gonna get fucked in prison.
Jolene's like, well, I'm not even going to go to prison because my trial is going to go really well.
Oh, you think your trial's going to go really well?
Poor, sweet, innocent, naive, stupid Jolene with your faith in the American justice system.
Part of a gang, literally tattooed on your arm, thinking you're gonna get away with it.
Sweet, stupid Jolene.
Dumb fucking fuck.
Not like me, I'm Hermes Costello. I'm street smart and tough.
I've been in the prison before. I know what it's like in there. And I have shoved money inside my breast implants.
Yep.
So Jolene literally is like, oh, are you gonna put the money in your hole or the other hole like in the movies? And Hermes is like, don't be ridiculous.
That's the first place they check.
And then she goes, oh, you're not gonna put it in your boobs, are you? She's like, oh.
I think she was like making fun of her, like, oh, would you sneak it in with your breast implants there?
And she's like, yeah, you got me.
She's like sits up straight, like, oh no, she said it.
So she reveals that she's got like some stitching there.
Yeah.
And it hurts and bleeds every time you have to pull the money out.
But you gotta get that money into prison or you're fucked.
You gotta get those Benjamins.
Yeah, so a thing happened before that whole exchange where Jolene somehow was hearing conversations that were taking place in the closed driver's compartment of the truck.
But how could that happen?
Well, I don't know. She heard someone in there say it was like 10 minutes till we get there. We're just crossing the bridge now. Ooh. So then Jolene said it to make conversation. And it's like, how could you possibly know that? Oh, I heard it. No, you didn't. And then the compartment opened and the driver relayed that information to the guards in the...
Hermes has a moment of shock as she
but
realizes...
How could it be achieved?
It can't be physically possible. We can't hear them from there.
Mm-hmm. So they get there, and...
I think there's a lot of statistics.
We are introduced. It is November 11th, 2:32 p.m.
That's my favourite time of the day.
Green Dolphin Street State Prison and the Adjunct Probationary Cell, aka the Aquarium.
Hey, welcome to the Aquarium.
The premises cover 120 square kilometres.
That's pretty big.
There are 708 male, 523 female, and 452 minor inmates.
It's a mixed sex prison. Mixed sexes, equality. Also minors around adults.
Feminism is... sexism is over. We can have mixed sex prisons.
Ageism is dead. Minors with the adult murderers.
Hooray!
Yeah, we did it!
Well, what we'll see in future episodes, you've hit on something interesting there, Nick. Like,
Are you going to say some shit about, like, the vicious cycle?
No.
Okay.
Just because of the nature of wanting to, like, tell a story where people can go places and do things. Like, it's a weirdly progressive prison complex in a lot of ways.
Okay, alright.
You'll see.
Okay. So, the aquarium is more like the ocean?
Well, it is on an island, isn't it?
Oh, it's a stone ocean.
And we see, like, some aerial shots of it. I don't know if we did in this episode, but we will in future, where it's like, this whole island is the complex, and there's, like, surrounding farmland.
There's surrounding farmland?
More on that later.
Okay. It's a bit like the women's prison on... This is the most...
Orange is the New Black.
This is the most Perth reference we will
okay.
ever make. You know the women's prison on, like, Roe Highway?
Yeah.
And it's like right next to that, there's a winery. Like,
I forgot about that.
and it's like, okay, so if they break out, they're going to have a great time and then they're going to run. Yeah. It's like right in the middle of like 30 restaurants and like...
So I'm really glad you made that reference because I thought you were going to start delving into the mass grave on Rottnest Island.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
There's time.
Look, the quackers are going to show up in this part. I can feel it.
So, Tom Cruise comes in.
Tom Cruise, prison guard.
Yep.
Yep.
And he's like, Inmate 21 and 29, which is Jolene and the other woman, this is your stop. Hermes Costello, you stay here.
And she's like, what?
Oh no.
Oh no, they're going to inspect me?
Lots of ominous katakana as Jolene arrives at the prison and scopes out the electric fence and the sniper towers.
2,000 volts. That could kill a man, but not a woman.
No man could survive this level of electricity. I am no man.
Sweep sword through the guards.
Yeah. The female inmates, they're testing the electric fences. They never attack the same spot twice.
Oh, they can't open a door. Clever girl. It's just Tom Cruise guard becomes that guy from Jurassic Park.
Oh, you mean Muldoon?
Yeah, who's just like, they can't open doors. They're women. Oh, fuck. He's just there with this shotgun for no reason. Oh my god. Anyway.
Well, it is the United States of America.
Exactly. We're in a prison called the Aquarium. They have doors there.
Yep, and they have shotguns there.
Yeah. It's in Florida?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything could happen.
Anything.
You thought it was bizarre before? There was a character that we saw in this episode that Nick laughed for the entirety of their scene at because of their appearance.
I cannot wait if he comes back. I cannot wait to see. We'll get there.
So Jolene gets off the van, and because of her forming stand power, she basically just hears like Hermes getting assaulted by these guards for money.
Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh no, is the prison system not just and right?
No,
absolutely not. They're definitely assaulting her right now.
Hermes brought decoy money in her hair.
Money within money.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
But they want more, so she's in trouble. And she pushes back, and then the guards are gonna like beat her with their truncheons. But Jolene's string has snaked. Her new string power that she has, has snaked out of that hole in her finger and into,
like,
which is, I guess, like, you know, tin can on a string style. How she's listening to this.
Of course, it's right in somewhere that she is hearing things. But it's kind of unclear where it is at this exact time.
Yeah, and like as it stretches out further, we like see the skin in her hand start to unravel, and so like she could, you know, she's got a limit on how far she can unravel based on the mass of her body.
And now she doesn't have bones; she has strings. She is the next stage of human evolution.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she is spirals. Oh my god, she's that guy from Gurren Lagann who's like, yes. Spirals.
You mean everyone from Gurren Lagann?
Yes, exactly.
Anyway.
It's the classic JoJo's World formula.
So to make a long story short, Tom Cruise Guard goes to do a big strike with his truncheon, and the string snakes around it, and the tension of it causes it to like go taut and slice his ear off.
Also, cool thing is that all their words are in katakana on the string, which is like, ooh.
Visual representation of the way the sound flows back to her, which is cool.
Anyway, so Jolene is like, oh, something's happened.
Better fuck that guy up with my string magic.
We get a lot of exclamation marks and a lot of, what? And this dude's ear is on the wall of the van.
And I really like that effect where like just the blood runs down the string from behind his head. It's a really nice way of framing that. Wouldn't the string be invisible to all non-stand users?
Yes.
Even though the lawyer can see it at the end of the episode.
Yeah, but he's dying. But yeah, there would just be blood coming down nothing.
Yeah.
It would just be in the air.
And then she snags some money at the same time. It's on the back of her hand when the string comes back.
And it's like, what? How does this work?
Did that stone cause that? What did my old man send me? Meanwhile, a couple of days ago on November 8...
she's looking at her finger after it was stabbed by the charm with the lawyer.
At 11 p.m.
Yes. Well, I mean, it's a 24-hour job, Yeah.
Remember how I tossed that charm in the other meeting? I wonder why that happened. Oh, I don't care. Anyway, let's talk plea bargains.
So what's a plea bargain, Liam?
So that's when...
How does it work in Ace Attorney?
I don't know if they really come up in Ace Attorney a lot.
Well, fuck Ace Attorney. We're talking about JoJo's World.
I have been playing a lot of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles.
The classic prequel series.
Well, there's two of them released as a bundle on the Nintendo Switch. Nice. Really glad that I played it for the first time as this bundle, because more than any other game in the series, like, they are very definitely meant to be played as a pair. Because, like, the first one sets up so many threads that are only picked up on in the second. And...
I see. Right. So it's definitely like, yep, play them together.
Yeah. But so good. Like, Herlock Sholmes is in it. And he's, like...
Herlock Sholmes?
He's a highly competent idiot, and, like, you do, like... This is more of a conversation for my other podcast, Mystery Prince Detective Agency, but you do like accusation parlor style stuff where he comes in and is like, aha, I can tell from the grit on your boots that you are responsible for digging the trenches outside, and that means that only you could have done the murder. And then you have to come in and be like, well, no, that actually means they just walked through the snow. And he's like, yes, that's what I'm saying. Let's keep going.
He's a real, like, no, I do have psychic powers.
Well, deductive powers.
Yeah.
So, in the long and short of it is that we get more details we get a flashback with more details on this car crash. Mm-hmm. Jolene, who looks so much younger and more innocent already.
She's got softer features. Yeah. She looks like she could be in a real, like, child's manga or child's anime, being like, and we're gonna sing the song.
She wants to call her boyfriend Romeo Rochu.
Oh.
Because I guess chu is the sound of a kiss in Japanese.
Exactly.
I feel like this in particular is a jokey bit, not joke, but just like a dialogue bit that doesn't translate especially well. Not only because we don't have that onomatopoeia, but because I feel like, the name Romeo is already so loaded with romantic baggage in English language.
And other baggage,
But
it's, you
can't really... increase that at all.
But now you can make it cute.
My mum used to call me Jojo. I want you to call me Jojo. Oh no, I could never do that.
I'm absolutely not doing that,
He's
alright?
not very interested in her.
You're Jolene forever, alright? I'm not getting attached to you. I'm just a mobster that's not Giorno.
He's not a mobster, he's just kind of an asshole. He's like
fair enough,
He's like a poor man's Guile. With a flat top.
Isn't he part of the gang?
No, she is.
Yeah, but maybe he is as well.
We have no information to go on.
True, he just has a flat top and
we just know that he has rich parents.
Ah, yes.
And also there's a line of dialogue which is almost something I would say. Rotsu, I'm hungies.
Yeah, that does sound like, okay. Literally any time on like Discord or something, you're like, fuck, I am the hungies right now.
I don't say hungies. I don't know if that's something
you definitely say fingies.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And nucks.
Yeah, fingies and nucks. We're bringing all the classic bits back.
And soon you'll be like, guys, are we hungies? Are we kicking on? Are we hungies? 11 p.m. at the club. Guys, we hungies?
So he's like, anyway, I'm thirsty. Let me have a sip. And she is, of course, drinking a delicious
cocktail of
Pink
tiger?
lager.
That's not even a cocktail name, but it's something.
And she's like, no, it's 10% alcohol content.
We get a very serious moment where I think Araki is like, Jolene is bad, but she's not that
She's
bad.
not an intoxicated driver.
She would never, ever drive drunk. And it's like, Romeo's like, come on, just give it to me.
It'll be fine.
Want it. I just want it.
She's just like suddenly very deadpan serious, looks more like Jolene as we know her than we've seen her in this whole flashback today.
she's like, no.
No, you can't. I said no, Romeo. Romeo, look out!
There's someone on the road! Poof.
Well, a guy just like smashes straight through their windshield. His glasses go through it. He's sent flying.
And Jolene, no injuries, but definitely mental ones.
Yeah, trauma.
Is
She's
just
like, we have to go help him. Call the ambulance. And he's like, no, Jolene, I'm a special boy and I can't go to prison.
if I go to prison, I'll never come back.
And I'll never see you again. I love you, Jolene. Help me hide the body. He's already dead.
Jolene, classic dumb Jojo energy is like, should I go along with
She
this plan?
panics and makes a bad call because there's a truck coming.
Yeah. The truck is imminently coming. We get flashes back and forth of Jolene looking at the truck coming, and then the truck coming, and then her looking at the truck coming, and the truck coming, and then her looking at the truck coming, and it gets faster and faster until they're dumping the body in the boot.
Yep, and then we're back in the prison cell, and the lawyer is saying, the police believe you were drink driving and stole the car and caused the accident. And Romeo is saying his car was stolen. He sold you out, Jolene.
And Jolene's like, he would never.
Nah,
Maybe he did.
But he's like, the lawyer is like, so was he driving the car? And she says, I can't tell you. She's still honourable, but she's making a dumb decision.
It's true, it's very dumb to be honourable in the prison system.
Mm-hmm. Jolene, do you know what a plea deal is? If you cop to all the crimes you're accused with, then we can get you a really lenient sentence and you'll be out in like a year.
And then she's like, oh.
Well, I want a good defense. And he's like, but you could go to jail for 5 years if I fail. Risk reward, Jolene. Risk reward.
And she's like, well, if I'm helping Romeo and I guess this is an okay deal, it's not that bad. Fuck, but,
So then we're in the courtroom. Jolene is still in her sexy Spider-Man outfit in the courtroom.
Big buttons on there as well, I just noticed.
So she accepts the plea bargain, but there's a double cross. The fix is in because the court accepts the plea bargain with regard to the quote-unquote vehicle stealing, reckless driving, drink driving, manslaughter. But the supposed wrinkle is that the victim was still alive and Jolene has just confessed to hiding his body in a swamp, causing him to die, considered an act of murder.
And so Jolene's like, wait,
he was alive? And the lawyer is like black eyes, dead face, not
He's
responding.
already packing up.
Yeah. But I made a deal. 15 years of my... She's sentenced to 15 years in Green Dolphin Street Prison.
15 years of my youth gone! No, but that's longer than I anticipated.
Let's see if we can get the English audio of that bit.
Of 15 years of my youth? Is that legal? Are we allowed to do that?
Sure. It's a trailer.
Oh, okay.
$15 15 goddamn years! 15 years of my youth gone just like that!
And so, defendant Jolene Cujo is sentenced to 15 years in Green Dolphin Street State Prison, where she will remain under the watchful eye of strict guards to pay for her crimes.
R.I.P. Jolene Cujo.
God damn. That's some good-ass acting. Kira Buckland, get on our podcast.
So the lawyer leaves. Jolene's screaming at him. Where are you going? 15 years, not what we agreed on. You bastard.
So she's walked off and the lawyer's like, oh, I'm sorry, Jolene, but I did my job here today.
And he walks outside and he's speaking to someone we don't see and he says, you don't need to worry anymore. She agreed to the plea deal so she can't appeal the sentence.
And Romeo is like, thank you. Thank you so much. You've done so much for me. And then the lawyer gets real huggy and is like, no, thank your rich father. And your soft, supple skin, I guess.
But Jolene is listening through her string and she realizes that Romeo betrayed her. Just like the real Romeo betrayed Juliet. By killing himself.
That's true.
No. And, cool, this doesn't really mean anything, but I think it's a cool symbolic shot of her string pulling against her handcuffs, and with the tension, it snaps, and then, obviously, the injury is reflected on her.
Does it actually snap, or is it...
It goes, and then her arm starts to bleed.
Oh, that's why. I thought it was just like, she was trying to get out and the guards were like, bam.
No.
Ah, there you go.
And they chuck her into the back of a van, and then she's getting inducted into prison.
The aquarium.
I saw a good tweet regarding these two guards, comparing the prison guards we see in JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 Vento Oreo, who were like Italian supermodels, compared to these two Florida prison guards.
Okay, everyone we've seen, there's Tom Cruise, there's the other unnamed guard with Tom Cruise.
Who was just like a mustachioed older man.
Yep. Everyone else that we've seen.
A real sick freak.
Just fucking insane.
This woman, she's got like her hair tied up in 3 tight buns that look like joysticks.
Yep, like real big rods of hair.
Yeah.
Her lips are huge, like massive mouth on her, because she shouts a lot.
She's responsible for cavity searching and humiliating Jolene. Jolene is given the prison number...
FE43059.
Close.
FE40359.
FE40536.
Ooh, damn.
Men like you can never change.
Well, guys, I had a good run.
FE40536.
What's the name of the guy from
My
Les Mis?
name is Jolene Cujo.
Just imagining the entirety of that one song replaced with FE.
Yeah, it doesn't quite add up.
Because it's numbers.
Yep. So they want to humiliate her to break her spirit by strip searching her, but she's just like, all right, do you want me on my knees, or I can bend over, or...
Look, I've been strip searched before, big boy, all right?
Showing that Jojo strength of character in this humiliating situation.
Yep.
And then she has those classic mug shots taken.
Mm-hmm. She's holding up with attitude what do you call that?
The nameplate,
the ID plate?
name and prisoner number reference.
Yep. She's still allowed to wear her own clothes.
Yep.
Because it's a progressive prison, apparently.
Yeah, well, we'll get to that next episode, I think.
Okay. All right. And then she's in her cell.
Well, she's looking out the window of this room she's in, having her photos taken, the barred window.
Ah, yes.
And she sees the lawyer walking around, who's talking to the prison warden.
This fucking guy.
How would you describe this man's face?
All right, so you know Shigechi, right?
Yep, let's start with the base of Shigechi.
Yep, imagine a more horrifying, smooth-skinned Shigechi.
Yeah, you've buffed all the spikes out of his Bart Simpson skull into one smooth swoop.
Immediately, he's like a smooth-skinned goblin, right? That's the basis we're working with. Imagine he's wearing glasses, but they're underneath his skin.
That's a really good description.
He's got a small... Is it an Alfie?
Single tuft of hair coming out of his forehead.
And the back of his head is a spike.
Yeah, or a shark fin.
Yep, a shark fin under the skin again. It's just all head all the time. Like...
And a really square jaw as well.
Oh dear God, I didn't need that.
Square but flat.
But also rounded on the edges.
Yes.
Like it could
So
actually
that you can't
exist.
trip and hit your head on it.
Oh, but no double chin.
So he's like, oh, you're so hot. Why don't you take a break in the director's office? The AC is on in there. Oh no, I'll just go to my car. I'm done here. I can't do anything else for my client. Ah, so sad. If only I was a better lawyer. No, you're a great lawyer. Don't beat yourself up. Okay, bye.
So
and Jolene wanted me to give you this note.
And it just says...
Well, he reads it when he gets into his car.
Oh, yeah, true. So he gets in his car, and he opens the note, and it says...
The note says, pass this on to him, too. Feeling comfy? But you will keep sweating now and forever. Signed, Jolene Cujo. And what beautiful penmanship on her signature.
Jesus Christ. Actually, you know what? Jolene has good that's good calligraphy. Goddamn. So the lawyer's like, what the fuck does that mean?
Well, now to turn on my air conditioning and suffer no consequences for my betrayal.
So he just chucks the note away, and Jolene's watching?
In a holding cell, being like, I'm not waiting 15 years, I'll come see you.
Oh, I'm coming for you.
Farewell, my first love, Romeo. And the light is beating down her through the bars.
It's very green. And we get a shot of the lawyer in his car. He's turned on the AC, and he's like, turn the temperature down.
Loosens his tie.
Fuck climate change.
Fuck my clients.
Fuck everything about existence except my job.
And then some stand strings come out of the AC vents.
I thought they were already there.
I don't know.
There's stand strings around his neck.
They're like tied off, so they're not attached to Jolene anymore, it seems.
They're mobile.
Oh, is that what happened? Yeah, that must have been what happened when she snapped the string on the handcuffs.
See.
Perhaps.
Maybe. It makes sense.
Anyway, and then it's around his neck and it's squeezing and he's choking. He can't breathe. He can somehow see the strings.
And he's like, oh, these strings around my neck. I need to turn up the aircon. The temperature is too low. They're constricting. Oh no!
And then he just crashes into a pillar on the bridge and has a massive car wreck.
And he's just lying there in the dirt being like, with blood everywhere.
And Jolene's like, this string reacts to my thoughts and I can manipulate it with my mind. Dad wanted me to protect myself with that charm.
I understand.
And then we see someone unknown walking through the prison with the charm in their hands.
I want to believe their name is Miles.
Interesting.
I just want to.
Why? Because they're wearing a green uniform and you like that film, The Green Mile?
Is that the name of the guy from The Green Mile?
No, the name of the movie is The Green Mile.
Oh. You know, look, you miss 100% of the shots that you take and don't get.
Yep. You do miss 100% of the shots that you miss.
Also true.
Unless you're a fun little gentleman called Guido Mister.
And all those shots hit no matter what. And that's it. That's the whole episode.
That's the end of the episode.
Fucking what?
Prison.
Not what I thought it would be. Is this the real prison that, like, you know, every other TV show?
The real prison is prison.
Yeah, every other TV show and movie is like, so this is prison. But it's not prison. This is like, nah, this is real prison. All right, this is like reality TV shows you
Nick,
the nice
you can't
side.
forget that we're viewing this prison through a prism of anime.
Ah.
And anime is the
Also
real prison.
Yeah. Once you're in, you never get out. If you start paying for Crunchyroll, you end up buying a yacht.
How does that work? And how can I capitalize off that?
Well, they started advertising fucking yachts on Crunchyroll.
God, really?
Really? You not remember this?
No, I don't. Actually, my former housemate Bronwyn said to me recently, with JoJo's on Netflix now, are you going to miss the Crunchyroll ads? And I said, yeah.
God, I missed them already.
I missed that CGI bear.
Oh, one day we'll go back to
those
it.
ads for Ruby, which I'll never watch.
They pay so much money to convince
Beacon
you.
has fallen, and now Haven is next.
And you're like, yep, okay, that's cool. Oh, and guitar. You have to have guitar. And then there's guy
The
that plays
quintessential quintuplets.
the quintessential.
that was a show we kept getting ads
it?
for.
I thought, what was the one that was like, oh, I'm in like a cocoon, and the guy walks in, he's like,
In a
huh?
cocoon.
And she's like,
Oh, that fucking weird show.
Yeah.
Oh, can not begin to remember.
I turned into a spider, but so what, or something like that.
I know our friend Kyle likes that show.
Kyle.
Anyway, Nick, highlights and lowlights for the first episode of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
My low light is the bit.
Yeah.
Let me think. My low light.
Well, I've got mine in the chamber.
okay, hit me with it.
Now, it's probably going to be a predictable lowlight from me here.
I have no idea what it could possibly be.
But I feel like it's... If you're making a big deal about having your first female protagonist, maybe you don't start it off with her, like, getting caught masturbating and...
That's fine. What's wrong with that?
I don't know, I feel like it sets a sexualized tone for the character that they don't necessarily follow through on, but it's not a great first impression.
I guess so. That is true. But you know what you think about when you think about someone masturbating?
Jolene Cujo.
I was going to say the moon, but also their genitalia. So it's like, you know, I don't know. But you know. I don't. But you know, you're right, you know.
It's true, I do know.
Yeah. So my low light is probably going to be just throwing that charm into the drain. Because you know it's going to come back.
You know
and it's
that
like,
charm is coming back.
and it just feels like such a dumb, like, oh, now it's in the drain. And it's like, yeah, it's in the drain. But it's not really in the drain.
Nothing's
is it?
really in the
Nothing's
drain.
really in the drain with Hirohiko Araki.
You've got to be careful, particularly in Florida, when you just throw your charms down the drain when you don't want them anymore, because they grow up and then they live in the sewers, granting
Exactly.
stand powers.
Exactly.
Nick, I believe I forgot to mention that this episode covers chapters 595 through 597 of the manga.
That's 3 whole chapters.
That sure is. That's
Wow.
about average, if I recall correctly.
correct. Nice.
There were also a couple of other, before we get to our highlights, a couple of other differences that I just wanted to flag. There was from the manga in this. I understand that much like previous anime adaptations, they've cut some incidental scenes to better pace the episode. There's an interesting one where apparently, I don't remember this from the manga at all, even though I read these chapters very recently. Where is it?
She's in the shower and she's killing someone with her thread.
No.
Oh, well, that could happen though.
There was more stuff with Jolene in her straitjacket that we saw her taking off in the start of her
That was
processing.
a bit, yeah, that just appeared out of nowhere. Yeah. I mean, it made sense, but it just was there and then... whoop.
There was more sort of like demeaning processing stuff, like a doctor checking her for contact lenses and other prosthetics.
Right, okay. To make it like, oh no, you're in a prison.
Yeah, you know,
right.
you know, every prison movie like has that bit where they get like deloused.
Yep, they wash them down and it's
Yeah.
like, here's your fucking chalk.
But there was a bit, I don't remember this bit at all from the manga, but a scene of Jolene seeing a transgender patient being injected with hormones and Jolene being impressed that it's a new dawn for humanity.
That's weirdly positive.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Nick, highlights from this episode.
Okay. My highlight probably would have to be... I don't want to say it's the guy with the weird skull. Okay, I don't want to say that.
You're allowed to.
We all know that's it.
It
really.
clearly brought you such joy.
It really fucking did. But just like Jolene, just fucking like as a character brings me such joy as well because I'm like, oh, it's a female Jojo. I wonder where this is gonna go.
She's like, I don't want to give too much away, but I would say she's a fucking hardcore Jojo.
Yeah. Well, she's gone to prison and apparently she's in a gang. So.
Yeah, true.
So I would say my highlight would be actually, you know what? The highlight would probably be the betrayal because then it's like,
Yeah, like
yes.
the courtroom scene where that's my highlight as
Because
well.
it's like, it's the perfect, oh, so we knew she was going to get betrayed, but this is fucking betrayal.
Yeah,
oh
yeah.
my God. Like from 5 to 15 years, it's like, oh shit. Okay.
And like the question that we have to ask ourselves is, was that man actually still alive, or is this all part of the fix?
Exact. There's so many layers. Yeah. Fucking Romeo. And we have a clear antagonist of Romeo. We're going to go out and fuck him up, right?
But how would you get out of prison?
Well, see, with Stans.
You just wait for conjugal visit day. That's why it's important to have a sexualized character. Because of the climactic conjugal visit murder.
Every full moon, a conjugal visit occurs.
Nick,
Yes.
Jolene Cujo has been sentenced to 15 years of her youth in Green Dolphin Street Prison.
Unclear if the part will take part over all 15 of those years.
Well, I did just remind myself we should check out her profile to see if we have any information about her age and her favourite colour.
God, I was about to say. Oh, she looks a bit different. She's got more circular bobs in the manga.
Age 19. Birthday, 1992.
Oh, that's me.
No, it's not.
Wait, what's her birthday?
1992.
No, but what's her birth date?
It doesn't say.
That's not a birthday at all. No, that's pretty fucking close though.
Yep, named after the Dolly Parton song Jolene.
Never saw that one coming. Yep.
Japanese American. Eye colour is, in the digital colour manga, chartreuse or sea green in the anime.
Chartreuse.
Yeah, they've got
What the fuck is
a
chartreuse?
signature there.
Weird that they have that.
Brilliant penmanship.
Yep. What is chartreuse?
It's a colour.
But what is it? What is that word? Chartreuse. That's like cerise.
No, it's not. It's chartreuse.
I know, but the two words don't sound like
Also
real
known
things.
as yellow-green.
Just say yellow. Okay.
Nick, things are allowed to have names.
Yeah. I like my colours primary, and any combination
So
thereof.
your favourite colour is green with no differentiation about particular shade.
RGB. Any combination of those has more combinatorial value, but no.
According to Hideto Azuma, Araki's editor at the time of Stone Ocean, he had requested that Jolene's character was to be a man, as Weekly Shonen Jump was a magazine for young teen boys.
Fuck you!
However, Araki insisted on Jolene's gender, saying the fact that readers wouldn't accept a female lead was exactly the reason Jolene had to be a woman.
Yes.
Yeah. Get him, Araki.
Yes.
We stan. Duh.
Do you reckon it was like, yeah, she needs to be a female character because she needs to be cool, and then the editor's like, no. We all know what those young boys are going to think about when they see Jolene. And then he's like,
Well,
oh,
then we'll start
we'll start
with that.
We'll start with that shit. And then we'll be like, yeah.
Get it out of their systems.
Exactly. And then once we do that, it's like, fuck. She boss. She fucking banging.
You fucking boss, though.
Yeah.
Jolene is a song written and performed by American country music artist Dolly Parton. According to Parton, the song was inspired by a red-headed bank clerk who flirted with her husband Carl Dean at his local branch around the time they were newly married. In an interview, she also revealed that Jolene's name and appearance are based on that of a young fan who came on a stage for her autograph. The thumb-picked guitar on the recording is by Chip Young.
Ah, classic. I'm pretty fucking hype.
Yes, so Nick, I was in the midst of asking you.
Yeah.
Jolene, sentenced to 15 years of her youth
15 whole years.
to Green Dolphin Street Penitentiary, aka
Aquarium.
Yep. What will happen next time on JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 6, Stone Ocean, in the episode entitled Stone Free?
Is every single episode going to be stone something?
No.
Okay, good. Good. Stone free. Wait, stone free?
Stone Free.
Now, hang on a fucking second here, okay? Just hang on a fucking second. We're not going to get a 1-episode prison break, okay? That's not going to happen. We're not just going to be like, I need to get out of this prison. Stand. And now I'm out of prison. End of episode. Like, that's not going to happen. Okay. She will. She has to meet people, right? That's the classic JoJo formula.
Yep.
Right? So next episode...
She's already made one friend.
Yep. Hermes?
Hermes.
Hermes Costello. Hermes Costello. So she's already made a friend, but the friend is nebulously something.
Yeah, then they're acquaintances.
Exactly. They are prison buddies, which in real life is not your friend. But here, in JoJo's, hell yeah. So, maybe the person who took the charm...
The mysterious person we saw at the end of the episode.
Yeah, Miles.
Yep.
Maybe... Oh, I don't think they're going to be an antagonist, right? Oh, they must be. Okay, the person that took it will be an antagonist who will test out this little locket device thingy.
Their own mysterious powers.
Exactly, yep. And they'll be like, that's weird. Does that happen with other people as well?
Oh, and start doing the old Keicho Nijimura.
Exactly, just be all like, whoops. And like, just nip them.
Just shank people with their magic power granting.
Well, it is prison.
Yep.
And then Jolene will be all like, hey,
stop that.
You've got weird superpowers like me.
And before you know it, this fucking prison's gonna be chock full of Jokers and Two-Faces.
Yes. Oh my god. So I reckon there's gonna be one
Neither
character.
of which have any superpowers, but you know what I mean. Poison Ivies.
There you go.
Mr. Freezes.
Killer Croc.
What's
the guy who keeps coming
Riddler.
back? Who's the guy who keeps coming back to life? Solomon
Joker.
Grundy. Solomon Grundy. That's yeah, true. The Joker. Yeah. It's like, but how did you live? Well, you have to understand. I was
also
liked by fans.
Ra's al Ghul.
Ra's al Ghul, yeah. But Ra's al Ghul's like a title.
Raish.
Is it?
Outside of that one movie, I think so.
Oh, okay. I have no idea. I don't know any Arabic, man. So Jolene will find a friend, and that friend will be a woman.
Makes sense.
Yep. No, it doesn't, because it's a mixed prison. It could be either or. Equality. Sexism is over. Come on, Liam. Come on, get on the... What if there's a kid? What if there's a minor that they... Okay, here's my breakdown of the composition of Friends. This is going to be our part 3 onwards style stand team. Yep. So you've got one woman.
Is that Jolene?
No. That's the friend.
Okay.
Right? So you got Jolene,
Yep.
one woman who's a friend.
Yep.
One woman who's like a Bakio, who's like distant.
Oh yeah, the tough guy.
Yep. And is like,
silent type.
I don't want to be around you, but God, do I respect you, right?
In part 3, that was Jojo.
In got one male who is not enamored with Jolene, but is like, we're going to be best buds. We're going to be great together.
Okay. Hey Jolene, you seem pretty strong. Maybe you can help protect me in the yard.
Exactly. Then there's going to be a kid who's basically the... Oh, what's his name?
Joker.
The young one from part 5. With the...
From part 5.
With the plane.
Oh, Narantia.
Narantia!
He wasn't the young one. He was just youthful looking.
Wait, who was the young one then?
Fugo was the young one.
Ah, Fugo. Sweet, innocent Fugo. Oh. Anyway, so we're going to get a kid, and then I reckon that should be the whole cohort done, and they'll all be fucking badass motherfuckers.
There's been an animal companion in the last couple. Do you think we'll get any in...
No.
Okay.
Because we're in a prison.
Makes sense.
So I don't think one of the dogs is gonna come and be all like, hey, it's me, a dog. Maybe.
So who do you think our antagonist of this story is?
Okay, so Romeo is obviously the end goal.
Okay,
but
get out, kill Romeo.
Exactly, but he's not in prison. So the first antagonist will probably be one of the prison staff.
Sure.
That's like locked Jolene up and is antagonizing her against the prison system's like rules, right? It's like open up jail cell, be like, hey Jolene, you're locked in here with me. And then pulling a batten down.
Well, that certainly seems consistent with the behaviour we've seen of the guards thus far.
Exactly. So it's probably going to be some naughty behaviour that happens, and then the prison guard will be the first one that's like, fuck, I hate that prison guard. And then some lady will be all like, you know what, I hate that prison guard too. It's like, who are you? And then they'll become best buds and fuck up that prison guard. And then it's like, he's in hospital now.
Hooray!
Yay, we did it! And we'll be like, this is a bad place.
And then it's going to be like the warden after that, and then...
yeah, so
it's
like...
going to be like Romeo's dad, who's a senator or something.
Something like that, where like maybe if... Okay, so my theory is Romeo's in a gang, right? Or maybe since Jolene is in the gang, there'll be other gang members in the prison. So either they'll be friendly or hostile, depending on the gang leader, who's like, you've been compromised, you're in prison, you won't have to go to prison, right? Like that sort of style thing.
Sure.
But some of them might be like, you know what? You're too cool. We're not going to overthrow the gang, but man,
We'll look the other way.
Yeah, or the gang leader will be like, hey, help this bitch out, man. Come
And
on.
do you think Jotaro or any of our other Jojo past characters will make an appearance?
I mean, Jotaro has to. Like, he did in part 4. Did he briefly in part 5?
In what I think was a anime only, his side of the phone call.
Yeah.
Oh, and also the flashbacks with Polnareff.
Maybe he's just getting old, though. Like, how old would he be now? 30-something? 40-something?
So, 1988, he was... so it's 2011. He was 18-ish in 1988.
Fuck, so he'd be 40-something.
Yeah, up there.
Maybe 50.
If only there was some way we could figure that out.
And he's been using that time stop a fair bit.
Not practicing his ham-on breathing.
No. Stupid Jotaro. Maybe... Okay, so he has to show up, right? Possibly also... I want to say Holly for some reason.
We're never going to see Holly again.
Okay, alright.
We never saw Holly again after like 1 or 2 cutaways after
true.
they left for Egypt.
That's true. They were like, Holly? Nah. Okay, well, Jotaro's definitely going to show up. I reckon he might have a bit of a more prominent role as well.
Ooh, interesting.
Like, he'll come for multiple
like
visitations.
in part 4, when he was like a mentor.
Yeah, kind of,
It'll be like, I hate you, Dad. No, let me help you, Jolene.
Yeah, exactly, right? Where it's like, over time, maybe Jolene will come to love her dad. What if Jotaro, like, what if someone comes after Jotaro?
Oh, no.
What if Jotaro is like a target and Jolene is like she's like held hostage or something?
Oh.
They're like, we're gonna come after your dad.
Or she's going to break out of prison to go save him or something.
Yes. But then it's like he gets injured real bad and she's like, who did this?
Oh, revenge.
Romeo.
Get
Romeo's
it.
got to be in a gang. Romeo has to be in some fucking gang, right?
All right, I think we've laid some interesting tracks there. Let's wrap it up. I think Nick, at the time of this episode's release, is probably still going to be working on our new theme song. So stay tuned for that.
It's a painful process. Big
But
thanks.
now that you've seen an episode, maybe that'll spark some inspiration for you.
I think so. I think I get the vibe now.
Yeah.
I think Prison Blues is a good one.
Yeah.
I think, some 12 bars going to happen. We'll see.
Cool.
Big thanks to
Me?
the only thing keeping me sane in the Dark Ages.
Revolutionary Girl Lieutenant.
And Jojo's World Out of Context.
Holy
shit. They ran out of quotes
Hooray!
right as we start. But man, it's good shit.
It is good shit. We love to see ourselves depicted by other people.
It makes me very happy when I see me being like, I don't remember saying this, but I'm glad I did.
Yes.
On record, being like, you know who needs to die? All people above the age of 40. And it's like, if that was recorded down somewhere, yeah, I'm glad, yeah.
So TBC, how it'll shake out exactly over our schedule will shake out over the upcoming end of year break and things like that. We might have some holidays planned or whatever. We haven't talked about that.
Yep.
And also whether we want to hit the ground running and get a couple under our belt. But we're thinking just for our own work-life balance right now in the long term, Stone Ocean is going to be a fortnightly run.
Yep.
But, that will, of course, shrink the inevitable off-season following it. So you're welcome.
Look, we do this for you, not us. All we ever crave is more JoJo's. That's all I want.
And until then, To be continued.